Thank you. Let's bring in retired Army Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg. He's the co-chair of the Center for American Security at the America First Policy Institute and a former national security advisor to Vice President Mike Pence. General, thanks for being here. Your assessment of what's happening on that border with Ukraine.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. Thanks for having me. Look, I think it's a gigantic head fake. I really do. I think he's causing a lot of problems by mashing on the border, but I don't think he's going to go into Ukraine. If he does go into Ukraine, it'll all be in the Donbass region, which is to the eastern part of Ukraine. And the reason I don't think he's going to do that is the European Union, basically half of their trade is with Russia. Most of their investments in Russia. If he goes into Ukraine, then they will cut off the economic ties they have to Russia. It'd be a massive economic blow. He is sending a long-term message to us. And here's the message he's sending. Ukraine will not become part of NATO. And that's the message he's making very loud and clear to us. We get so fixated on Russia that we forget what our biggest threat is, which is China.
Which you're going to say is China, I'm sure. Let's go back, and we'll put up this map of Ukraine and Russia and Crimea. Remember Crimea and all of the concern about Crimea with the Obama administration. This is President Obama in 2014. Take a listen.
We are now deeply concerned by reports of military movements taken by the Russian Federation inside of Ukraine. Any violation of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity would be deeply destabilizing.
Well, that was then, but then weeks later, Russia went into Crimea, and essentially they set up a different time zone there.
Well, there's a big difference, though, between Crimea and the Donbass region in Ukraine. Virtually 80% of Crimea is Russian. And when you look at the Donbass region, it's about 38% Russian. And then when you look at the rest of Ukraine, it's more Ukrainian than it is Russia. So it's almost like it's apples and oranges. And, of course, that didn't play very well because what did they do when they went into Crimea? Nothing really happened there. Now, I think Putin is sending a message, and his message is clear. Do not let Ukraine become part of NATO, because I think that is a red line.
I'm going to end with this, General.
If we cross that, then we got a problem.
Yeah, this is the Associated Press saying China and Russia sign a roadmap to closer military ties today in conditions of increasing geopolitical turbulence and growing conflict potential in various parts of the world. Development of our interaction is especially relevant in such an environment. The Russian-Chinese coordination becomes a stabilizing factor in global affairs. And for you, that is a big deal.
Yeah, I think frankly, I think everybody's living inside of Joe Biden's head right now. I think he's looking at Russia, and then it's able to distract from what's going on in China. And the reason why I think China is the biggest threat out there is it's a multitude of issues. It's military, it's cultural, it's economic. You know, when you look at the trade imbalance with us and Russia and China, our trade imbalance with Russia is $16 billion a year. With China, it's over $350 billion a year. And, you know, when you look at Biden, he's almost like he's afraid to talk about China. He's willing to talk about Russia because you can align Russia with Trump, which he's tried to do many times. But when you look at China, he's almost like he's compromised to some degree. Look, he just had that 3-hour call with President Xi, did not even mention COVID. COVID's a disease that has ravaged America. More Americans have died in 2 years of COVID than died in all 4 years of World War II. But he never even brought it up. And we're darn sure it came out of the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
General Kellogg, we appreciate your time.
Yep. Thanks, Brett.